With the 2017 season of Formula 1 coming to an end, we saw the dominance of Mercedes-Benz over its competitors compared to the last few seasons was rather overshadowed by the likes of Ferrari and Red Bull. Even though Mercedes won the Manufacturers' Championship, it was a tight fight with Ferrari. But from 2014 to 2016, after the new engine regulations were implemented, Mercedes was just crushing their competitors with records after records for the most wins, points and finishes with their W05, W06 and W07 series of cars. But prior to Mercedes, we have seen the dynamic duos of Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello dominating their competitors with the Ferrari F2000 to F2004 series of cars. The most notable being the final 2004 season, which ended their winning streak. And who can forget the 1988 McLaren MP4-4 driven by the legends Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost, which won 15 of the 16 races of that season. They all dominated the sports because they were just engineering masterpieces which made the most use of rules and regulations and were driven by the best drivers in the history. So it got me thinking, which was the first car that dominated Formula 1? This is your restaurant Petrohead and I welcome you all to my video. So, in order to find the first dominant F1 car, we need to go back in time to the time when Formula 1 was first formulated under the wings of FIA. Specifically, the inaugural season of FIA's World Championship of Drivers in 1950. It was the fourth season of FIA's Formula 1 motor racing which returned after the war with new formulas or rules for racing. The season commenced on 13th May and ended on 3rd September, as well as a number of non-championship races. The championship consisted of 6 Grand Prix races, each held in Europe and open to Formula 1 cars, plus the Indianapolis 500 which was run according to American Automobile Association National Championship regulations. Giuseppe Nino Farina won the first Drivers' World Championship from his teammate Juan Manuel Fangio and Luigi Fagioli. And the car on which he did it was the Alfa Romeo 158. The 1950 season was a dominant season for Alfa Romeo, with their supercharged 158 winning all of the 6 championship Grand Prix in 1950. But unlike the current dominant race cars, they were not on the cutting edge of technology. The 158 was originally developed for the pre-World War II Voigtrat formula in 1937 and had a 1.5-litre straight-8 supercharged engine. Following World War II, the car was eligible for the new Formula 1 introduced in 1947. In the hands of the drivers such as Nino Farina, Juan Manuel Fangio and Luigi Fagioli, it dominated the first 2 seasons of World Championship of Drivers. The Alfa Romeo 158 and its derivative 159, also known as the Alfetta, became one of the most successful race cars ever produced, taking 47 wins from 54 Grand Prix it ever entered. The 158 name refers to its 1.5-litre displacement and 8 cylinders. It debuted with the Works Alfa Corsa team at the Coppa Ciano Junior in August 1938 at Livorno, Italy, where Emilio Villaresi took the car's first victory. At the time, the 1.5-litre engine produced around 200 bhp at 7000 rpm with the help of a single-stage Roots blower. More success came at the Coppa Acebo, Coppa Ciano and Tripoli Grand Prix in May 1940. Soon, World War II stopped the development of the car for 6 straight years. After the war, the engine was further developed to produce 254 bhp in 1946. In 1947, the Alfetta was put back into service. The new rules allowed the use of 1500cc supercharged or 4500cc natural aspirated engines. The 158 was modified again, this time to produce over 300 bhp and was denoted as the Tipo 158. The car made a tragic debut in the 1948 Swiss Grand Prix where Achille Valse lost control of his car and was killed. Another loss for the team came in the practice for the 1949 Buenos Aires Grand Prix where Jean-Pierre Vermeulen was sadly killed in an accident. In 1950, the 158 was eligible for the new World Championship of Drivers. The car won every race in which it competed during the first season of Formula 1. It was incredible that a car which had originated in the 1938 was so victorious. At the end of the 1950 season, a further updated version known as the 159 was produced, which was used for the 1951 season. This version had reworked rear suspension. The old swing axles were replaced with D-Dion axles and the engine produced around 420 bhp at 9600 rpm. In order to achieve this power, the simplistically designed engine had been fitted with a larger supercharger. This fact, combined with the rich mixture required to burn the methanol in the engine, resulted in extremely pure fuel economy. The 159 achieved 1.5 miles to the gallon, which was very low compared to its competitors. This made the 1951 British Grand Prix at Silverstone to be the first Formula 1 Grand Prix not to be won by an Alfa Romeo. Still, the Alfa had the edge on performance, and with the wins in Switzerland, France and Spain, Fangio won his first of the 5 World Championships that year. But sadly, after an unsuccessful bid by the Alfa Romeo to obtain the government assistance to meet the development cost, the team announced their retirement from Grand Prix racing at the end of 1951, leaving the development of the 2.5-litre Alfa Romeo 160. Who knows what would have been the state of Formula 1 now if they had continued on their winning streak. Then we might not have seen the likes of the first Silver Arrow, the W196, or maybe even the newer ones. Thank you for watching. I will catch you later.